Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Tuesday, July 16th, 2024. But before we check out the charts, I just want to ask you to please click like, share, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos, just like the daily Tesla and daily NVIDIA reports, daily analysis in the SPY, daily analysis in the Triple Q, weekly analysis in the S&P 500 index, the NASDAQ 100 index, and Apple stock, as well as 2 individual stock picks a week that you never see on YouTube that cater to the 3 to 5 week swing trader out to the 3 to 5 month near-term investor, always looking for 20% moves or more on those underlying stocks. And you get to see all of this for free. We offer a 5-day free trial up front. So check out wickedstocks.com. Let's take a look at the charts. I'm going to walk through a few just to kind of remind you of things. This long-term 6-month channel structure we still have as a minor point, but we've abandoned it as a significant pivot point on a multi-week basis. We also have, if you follow this channel structure, 130.17 that we've been mentioning has been our session containment upward pivot point. If we were to close above it, which we haven't since closing below it last week. So following the settlement below 130.17, we've been skewing to the downside, talking about the possibility of falling, wrong chart, falling to the 111.63 rising channel bottom. And then, in the last couple of days, given this sort of two-sided framework that's played out, it really is 126.86. Now, if you're short now, I'm not suggesting you should, you should shake out of the short position. If you're short now, following the several sell signals we've had and have backed away from just a bit over the last few days below 131.17, minor point, and 130.17, now a minor point. I'll get to 132.05 in a moment. That is our upward pivot point. So if you are short right now, I think you can stay short below 132.05. You just want to see this market close today, for instance, below 126.86. Now, until then, you can play both sides, actually. You can buy 126.86 day traders and hold out for 132.05. You can go long at 126.86 and take profits at 132.05. You can short sell 132.05 and hold out for 126.86. But by a degree, we're still skewing south. It's hard to convey all this with the support and resistance levels because closing below 126.86 does sort of, I guess I would call that the final shoe to drop. The other shoe drops with a settlement below 126.06. And I think you can play the short side aggressively as we move through the rest of the week. Over the next few days, 120.41 likely. And over the next 2 to 3 weeks, 113.10 with a settlement today below 126.86. So I could rephrase all this. If you're not positioned at all and you typically trade the 2 to 3 week time horizon, closing below 126.86 is your next go with opportunity to the downside. You could, under that scenario, for instance, reach for 110, 115 strike out of the money puts that don't expire for at least, I would go 6 weeks out on this 2 to 3 week play. The 111.63 to 113.10 area is, by the way, one that can absorb selling through August and into the fourth quarter. We can round up from here to new highs within a matter of 3 to 5 weeks of testing the 111.63 to 113.10 area. And yes, if we close below 126.86 after, and I'll go through it again, closing below this long-term channel top at 131.27, closing below this near-term channel top at 130.17, both of which point to continued buildup of selling pressures. We also had a key reversal high of sorts last Thursday by pushing to a new pullback high following the June low and then closing below the previous day's low. I could also mention the Triple Q, and I should. The NASDAQ 100 having real trouble at this 4.5-year channel top. I've been mentioning how this is a ceiling of resistance for that index, and NVIDIA comprises a good portion of that index. This index now very susceptible to meaningful bearish rotation as we move through the rest of the third quarter. And so you can see our daily our daily Triple Q analysis at wickedstocks.com, by the way. Closing today below 126.86. No good reason to be long NVIDIA through the rest of the week and actually through the rest of July, because over the next 2 to 3 weeks, I would expect 113.10, where profits can be taken and long entry on a position that could play out well into the third quarter, through the rest of the third quarter. From here, we can round back up. Let's take a look at the upside. Now, I just want to point out that I also have 132.67. I don't show that here because it's so close to 132.05, but that is a 5/8 Fibonacci, and I don't want to confuse the subject. I do see a settlement today above 132.05. This would also be a settlement, of course, back above 130.17, back above 131.27. It really is, for me, a settlement above this very simple horizontal structure, 132.05, that I think indicates a good low for the week, quite possibly the balance of July. On an intraday basis, pushing or opening above 132.05, I would anticipate 135.58. That is the high settlement price that was put out in June, the all-time high settlement price on the daily chart. That could be it for the day. But once again, if we close today above 132.05, this rising channel top at 138.93 becomes a 3 to 5 day target with a spike in volatility that could be within 1 to 2 days. 138.93. That is 93, not 96. We will adjust that, but we're not going to see it today anyway. But 138.90s, let's put it that way, anticipated within 3 to 5 days of closing above 132.05, the beginning of a range that narrows by this time next week into the 143.45 area. So this 138.93 to 143.45 region narrows every day, forms meaningful resistance near term only that can contain weekly buying pressure. So if you're a 1 to 2 week swing trader, closing above 132.05 is your opportunity to go long into what is really the low 140s over the following week or two of trade, where profits can be taken. And yes, you could play the short side here as we move into early August. Inversely, once again, closing below 126.86 is your opportunity to go short into the 110s. It's about as simple as that. But I will say the chances favor a settlement below 126.86 by a degree as compared to a settlement above 132.05 for reasons I've already mentioned in this video. In terms of the big picture, if we do push into the 143.45 area over the next 1 to 2 weeks, which does become indicated once again with a settlement today above 132.05, it is a zone that can contain weekly buying pressures. And if we were to close above it, yes, we're then looking for another 2 to 3 week rally to 157.49. As I mentioned in the last video, we are playing it very stair-step right now. I like to swing for the fences. I like presenting buy and sell opportunities that can play out for weeks on end, but the market is telling us otherwise right now as it throws off these failed signals and then it congests and it doesn't follow through. So you kind of take it in 3 to 5 day chunks, I've learned. And so closing below 126.86 is more than 3 to 5 days. It's more like 1 to 2 weeks. And once again, last thing I will say is closing above 132, wrong chart, closing above 132.05 is your opportunity to go long into the low 140s within 1 to 2 weeks. I think that pretty much rounds it out. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. Take advantage of that 5-day free trial. We will be putting out 2 stock picks today, Tuesday, that we've not really decided which they will be. You get daily triple Q analysis. You get daily SPY analysis. And you get to see it all for free for 5 days if you like. So check us out at wickedstocks.com. I will be back tomorrow with Wednesday's NVIDIA report, and you have a great day.